Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 21st of January. So, looking then at the markets this morning, and I'm just looking at the financial news or the data coming out today. Of course, we've got Davos starting, so just be prepared for some speakers coming from the Davos throughout the day, but aside of that, we've had the Bank of Japan's outlook report, etc., monetary policy statement, which has been quite aggressively towards they'll step in and do whatever's needed. So there's the thing on Japan. Aside of that, this morning we've got important data for UK. We've got the average earnings index at 9:30, which is part of the employment report, but that average earnings is what the markets really want to see. I think we may have seen a slight fall last time. Now, it came in at 3.2 versus a forecast of 3.4. It's expected to come in at 3.1. So, well, anything under that may see the pound dropping again as it puts more pressure on an early interest cut. Okay, if there's no inflation, that is. Aside of that, 10 o'clock, we've got Germany economic sentiment coming out there by 10. It's a lesser figure, but it will still may move the markets around that time. And then moving into the afternoon, we've got the European financial meetings, finance ministers meetings even, all day actually. They're around, so may get dribs and drabs of data out during the day. Aside of that, as I say, really 9:30 is the key time this morning for the UK for the pound. Okay. Aside of that, then let's look at what's happening here. Well, yesterday I mentioned the pivot swing there. It did break lower, but not much further below, but it has broken the lows there. It's consolidated. The range is tight, very tight. Again, it was starting last week. It was some of these days we were getting sort of some decent sort of moves through them. Yesterday, well, it wasn't too bad, but well, it wasn't great either. We're all over the daily pivot at the moment. Looking from where we are, you look at different indicators here. MACD, it would suggest a bit of divergence between those prior two lows there. Well, maybe we could be off for the R1 and even that weekly pivot that sits above at some point. So it might be one for I may make it in a couple of days at this rate. The pound somewhat unsettled, but pushing up. Yesterday it was had bearish engulfing, and yep, it broke down lower, but it didn't go back. It's looking a bit softer now. If anything, on this 4-hourly bar here, we're just seeing a sort of a short-term top put in there. Maybe it's rolling over from where it is straight on an earlier basis, but daily pivot is still untouched below, which would be a near-term target. But as I say, we've got the news at 9:30. Maybe worth waiting for that to determine if that comes in soft, which may well do. I could see the pound selling off towards yesterday's lows there. Okay, dollar yen, as I've already mentioned, data out this morning. It's given it some strength at the moment. Bit of divergence sitting, I think, on the RSI there on the short term there, just marginal divergence sitting into its 200, but it's just come up the bigger picture there, and I kept on mentioning this last week. Well, it's sitting on its daily 8 at the moment. It's just finding a bit of support, but last week it did look like it might topple at some point. It's already back now to its weekly pivot, but the range of last week was so tight. Yesterday, this morning, early hours this morning, Doji last bar. We'll see what happens whether it bounces off this 4-hourly 50 here. Yeah, not much else to say there. There's no trade to be taken for me, or look to be taken. Aussie dollar selling off again through the Asian session there, and it's continuing to look soft. against the US dollar, seeing further weakness through all these markets. It's probably already gone, it's already done its daily pivot S1. Maybe it'll sell off down towards that S2 area. Just come back to the weeklies for a moment. It's already into its weekly S1, so looking soft though. Retracements may give opportunities to sell into. Canadian dollar holding fast here. It's quite consolidated most of last week, just in a tight range. To me, it looks like it may break to the upside of here. Of course, any push up in oil prices may see that reverse, but for now it does look soft against the US dollar, and we could see that sort of edging up towards that 4-hourly 200 at some point. Okay, that's pretty much it on New Zealand dollar. Just have a quick look on the upper time frames here. I've become a little bit bearish on this for a retrace back towards that daily 50. And once again, it's just consolidating, chopping around a little bit, but does look like there's potential for that to continue down. Lower highs, lower lows around here. Maybe an inverted butterfly sitting at the lows here to watch and see how it comes off that 60-minute 21. But okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Catch you later. Bye for now.